No, where is written this? Where it is written that to disagree with the Pope is a grave sin. It's not a Catholic teaching. It is wrong. It is when you disagree with an infallible ex cathedra pronouncement of the Pope, this is grave sin because it is heresy then. Because in this case, the Pope proclaims the teaching of the Church, not of his own teaching, or not his own opinion. When he speaks as cathedra, he speaks in the name of the entire Church in a definitive way. And when you disagree, you are a heretic. And this is also a mortal sin. And so, but in other cases, when you have a reason, you can disobey a Pope when it's evident, it must be evident that the Pope speaks something which is contrary to the constant teaching of the Church, or which is so ambiguous that it undermines the constant teaching of the Church, or when the Pope is doing some statements regarding science, which is not his competence, like climate change. It's not the competency of a Pope, which God gave him, no. Or about politics, it is also not the task of St. Peter and his successors to make statements on policy in an obligatory way for the Catholics, no. Here we can disagree, but when we disagree, we must do this in a respectful manner. So the first case of a disagreement with the Pope was St. Paul the Apostle. He publicly disagreed with Peter in Antioch because of the bad and ambiguous and scandalous behavior of the first Pope in Antioch, when he behaved himself in another way with the Jewish Christians and then with the Christians from the paganism, and made the confusion and scandal in the church. And Paul disagreed with him and even admonished him clearly, fraternally. We have several cases. St. Athanasius the Great, he disobeyed the Pope. He disagreed with the Pope in his time with Liberius, who wanted to force St. Athanasius to do peace with the heretic Arian bishops. And St. Athanasius said, I cannot do this. He refused. And therefore Pope Liberius excommunicated St. Athanasius. St. Athanasius did not a sin in this case to disobey with the Pope, to disagree. Even on the contrary, his act was meritorious, and the Church recognized later this heroic act of Athanasius, and not of the Pope Liberius, who in this case committed a grave error. So we have to distinguish, I repeat, in which cases we can disagree with a Pope, in which cases we cannot disagree.